with a shocking defeat to Remo Stars ladies on match day 1. Played out a 1-1 draw with Rivers United on match day 2. Rivers Angels, I beg your pardon, on match day 2. And of course, went on to defeat Nigeria Rattles by 2-0 on match day 3, thereby making sure that they are not outrightly ruled out of the title race in Ikenne this time around. Well, let's tell you that this clash is a reminder that they have something in common, and the thing they have in common is both teams were taken to their last championship win. Oh, that was Ngechi starting something that that was Ijoma, I beg your pardon, Ijoma Uzoma. Love the rhyming of her name.
Olabi has to be very careful.
Well, she has to be careful, but the drop ball from Uzoma there was also placed her in a little bit of trouble, because we know what Olabi can do from that distance.
Yeah.
Olabi being the highest goal scorer for this Bayelsa Queens side. But I was talking about the fact that both sides have one man in common, and that is Moses Adoko, who is currently in the dugout for Edo Queens. But he is a man to have led both sides to their last championship win. Talking about in 2022-2023, the Prosperity Girls were led by this man to their own championship win, while he went in front of those fans and broke their heart last season when this championship was hosted in Yenagua, and bringing Edo Queens to their very first. Well, how do you think this particular clash should pan out, Dorcas? Some are predicting maybe we'll end up in a draw because of how both teams know what is at stake in this competition. But do you think that we're going to see a draw in this game, Dorcas?
Well, it could be, yes. It could be that. These two sides, they know how to play draws. Bayelsa also knows how to win Edo Queens. So it depends on how they will react today and how defensively Edo Queens will get today.
Well, Edo Queens have an opportunity to clear their lines now after that beautiful run of play by Bayelsa. Bayelsa in their all-white shirts, red, all-white shorts, and of course all-white socks, but striped with a bit of red. Edo Queens, the defending champions, are in their yellow shirts, yellow socks, and of course yellow shorts. And of course also having a bit of a red touch to it, the girls from the Ancients of Benin, and they have an opportunity to go forward right there, and that is Captain Kifaya Bafishere, who is starting this game, a game of very utmost importance. And she's starting as she was dropped to the bench on match day 3 in that win against Nigeria Rattles. But Edo Queens looking to do something through Miracle Husseini there, Mary Andrew, I beg your pardon. But the referee has signaled that there will be a foul, and of course that will be a goal kick to Bayelsa Queens.
Another familiar face for the two sides, because Mary Andrew just joined Edo Queens on Bayelsa. She was also part of the team for Bayelsa that went on to the CAF Women's Champions League and won bronze medal with them as well at that point in time with late Dumo Okara. But yeah, she is hoisting the yellow shirt of Edo Queens, so she knows this team through and through. And she might just be the wild card today for Edo. Maybe that is if they can execute the plan to perfection that has been put together by Moses Aduku, who is also another man who understands this Bayelsa Queen side.
Well, the Bayelsa Queen side would be a tough nut to crack, seeing that in the last 8 playoffs before this game, the last playoff games, they've kept 5 clean sheets, including 2 in this competition so far, having conceded only from the spot kick from Janet Akekoromowe on match day 2 in that 1-1 draw they played on match day 2. So yes, this is going to be a very, very tall order for Edo Queens to climb. But seeing aside that went on to finish top of their own group, that was a chance for Bayelsa to actually capitalize there, but Edo will have a sigh of relief, and to be a throw into Edo Queens. Well, both sides are yet to meet, or this is the first time both sides will be meeting in the NWFL Premiership this season, having been grouped in separate groups, and they both finished top of their groups. Talking about Edo and Bayelsa.
Yeah, by just 1 point.
By just 1 point. But
Yeah.
one team is the only team unbeaten in this game, and that is Bayelsa Queens in the regular season, I beg to say.
Well, yeah, Edo Queens also had a very good try to make it until they lost to National Amazons, who inflicted them their first defeat of the season. So they would also boast in that they have a rich pride here. It's not just about the game, it's about pride, it's about fighting for the title. They are defending, but they haven't started quite well. Bayelsa and Nasarawa are on the front foot here when it comes to being potential winners, maybe even Remo, but here they come.
And that will be safely into the arms of Adeline Bechi. Oh,
make that Monle money.
I mean, that Bechi is for Rivers Angels. That will be Monle Omole, who has kept 2 clean sheets so far in 3 games in this competition. Like I said, only considered from that spot kick from Janet. Janet going on to be the only player in all match days to have scored. We'll later see her later today when her team will be taking on Remo Stars later on today. So yes, we have a packed day of beautiful football from the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne for you. So stick around with us for all these games, and of course one other game that will be coming up, which will be the next one after this, will be Nigeria Tels and of course Rivers Angels.
I kind of like think that's going to be the first win for Rivers, but I don't know. We haven't seen them play at their very best.
We've not seen them at their very best, but you would forgive Dorcas if she believes so, because Nigeria Tels have been the only team in the Super 6 currently that have not won any playoffs games. You want to say a team like Remo, who are just making their debut, have gotten 2 wins already. And Nigeria Tels, this will be their second appearance at a NWFL Premiership Super 6, and they are yet to pick up a win. They are yet to pick up a point. That bad.
Is that bad?
And they scored their first goal ever on match day 1 when Sibe Rita converted a beautiful free kick, and that has been their only goal also. So yes,
it was also the first goal of the Super 6.
Of the Super 6, yes. So I mean, if Dorcas is predicting Rivers Angels win, maybe you understand where she's coming from. But before we get into that, let's see who gets maybe a win in this one, and that will be Usaini Miracle. Usaini Miracle back with the ball, and she will try crossing to the area, but that will be headed out, and of course plays back in possession for the girls in white, the Prosperity girls, and they'll look to move forward with Olabi right there, sending the ball to the left-hand side, but it would be regained by Edo Queens. Now Edo Queens, is a team which went on to get to the semi-finals of the CAF. We talked about Bayelsa getting to win bronze or golden bronze in their
only Nigerian team
to have won any medal at a CAF Women's Champions League. Edo Queens were there last season, didn't do bad. They did really good, got to the semi-finals, defeating teams like TP, Mazembe in their way to get to the semis.
I met them again. They were the ones who beat them out in the semi-finals.
Definitely. And I mean, they lost to the eventual winners. So you understand that this is a very strong side too. And of course, they kept a chunk of the team. That is some questionable defending, but I mean, anything to clear your lines before you can allow the team regroup, and that will be the first corner kick of the game. And that
you have to give your captain Mafishere all the credit. I think she's been really solid for this side from day 1 till now.
Yeah, really solid. And I think maybe because of the opposition in Nigeria, she was rested ahead of this game. Because we know a lot of teams played with fatigue on match day 3 because they played on back-to-back days. So yeah, she's been rested, and of course, and that will be a corner kick taken and to be headed out by
Akabike.
Yeah, Akabike, jersey number 8, Chinwe. And whenever I watch this Bayelsa Queens team play, I'm reminded of Giants. They are like the Goliaths of this competition. They are really, really tall and well-built girls in their team. And any team that comes with ladies who are petite will definitely get bullied by this team. We saw that in that game between themselves and Remo Stars ladies. So if you're trying to maybe win area balls against Bayelsa Queens, that would be some audacity, if you ask me, Dorcas.
Oh yeah, it will be. It will be. But it's just early days. It's just about 11 to 12 minutes in the game. Let's see what they'll produce, what both teams can produce here with Edo Queens having a free kick in a very their position for Bayelsa.
A very, very juicy position for Edo. Mary Anja would take, but that would be wasted effort as she could not cross it into the area and decided to maybe take Mole Mole by surprise. But that wouldn't even taste Mole Mole at any point because it went out for a goal kick. But Edo have gotten their own corner now. And somehow, Dorcas, I mean, we have a good tradition of checking out if we're going to get the fastest goal in a game where we're having a commentary on.
Well,
but,
yesterday beats it.
Yes, we have had it beat, but I mean, we'll not have it in this game, maybe in the next, because the fastest goal in this tournament has been in the 12th minute, and now we are about getting into the 13th. I will be counted as 13 minutes goal if this goes in, and that will equal the one scored on match day 1 by Rita Tsibe, who scored the fastest goal of the tournament, and the first goal of the tournament, by the way. That would be Captain Mafishere taking that corner taken, and that would be a beautiful header from the only lady to have scored for Edo Queens in this tournament, talking about NMSCN there. She has 3 goals so far in the Super 6 and currently leads the goal chart for Edo Queens with 7 goals this season.
Meeting has been very, very instrumental for this side. Looking at how the goals have come for her, 3 quick goals. Immediately, Edo started scoring, and here she is. I've talked about how inclusive she can be. She was also part of the team, of course, that played for her during the Champions League. They've sold a couple of those players as well, about 3 major players in this team that played at the CAF Women's Champions League. But they are still solid. They still look solid. And Messi, and I thought that she should have been paired alongside Goodness Osigwe today, but. Coach Adeku knows what he's looking for, and he felt like the team that he has brought out today can be able to execute the game plan.
Well, if you're wondering who Goodness Osigwe is one of his little forwards with 5 goals so far in this season. Not scored in the Super 6, let me add, but I mean, when she comes on the pitch, she is one very, very scary player to be up against, and that is Edo Queens, the player on the pitch, Moses Chioma, who is fouled there by Ambles Obuna, and it's up for her team to take the free kick from that particular position. Free kick to be taken by Mafishere, free kick into the area, but of course Mole would quickly come out to get that one, and once again Edo Queens are back in possession after a little bit of scare there, but possession lost, and yet to see OKK in this game. So her really show that is the captain, that's the coach of the side, Moses Odoku. Like I said, he has led these 2 teams to their last championship. Edo Queens, their maiden championship last season. Bayelsa, having won 5, he led them to the last one, the 5th one in the 2022-2023 season. And somehow, Edo Queens are not not clearing their lines as clearly as you expect, and they've been shaky whenever they come under pressure in that 18-yard area from Bayelsa Queens. Do you think this is good news for Moses Adopo's team?
Well, you look at that and you talk about how much, if you've noticed, how the fullbacks, of course, of Bayelsa are pushing higher, stretching the width of the field and ensuring that they stretch the defense, of course, of Edo Queens, and that has been very effective. So it looks like it's what White Ogun that wants to do, and it's working for them. Only Edo Queens have to be careful with how they execute that.
Well, that is a header from SM. NMSN, yes, we mentioned that she's the only one to have scored in this competition for Edo Queens so far. 3 goals, one in their 1-0 draw with Rivers Angels in that South-South derby, and the other one, 2 goals that gave Edo Queens their 2-0 win over Nigeria Hotels on match day 3. So you understand how dangerous that lady can be, and sure the Prosperity Girls are definitely wary of her. Well, Edo Queens tried to come forward this time through Remo Moses, and Captain Mafishere is going to be taking that corner, their second corner of the game. Corner taken, and there's an infringement there, and the referee had already blown.
Corner kick, asking again.
It looks like a corner kick, but I think she's going to change her decision right there, because a whistle went off, and I thought that that was going to be a foul on Mole, who was already on the floor.
It's not a foul. So
not a foul.
Yeah,
her players there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be rightfully an Edo Queens corner, making it the 3rd of the game.
And their second?
Their 3rd, actually. The third for Edo Queens, and the 4th, just one for Bayelsa Queens. They've had 2 in quick succession. One has been taken earlier on by Captain Kafayat Mafishere. Another corner taken this time around, but it is not going to amount to anything.
Yeah, that corner gets past every person in the 18-yard box. I didn't get to find the yellow shirts, and what the white shirts will do is let that go out for a goal kick, which it will be. It's the fact that the Edo Queens, they've driven forward with an intent. We've seen that intent so far. They seem to, put that pressure. They're pressing high up the pitch, and I think that's a clear tactical approach for Moses Adopo and his girls today against Bayelsa.
Well, for a team as solid as Bayelsa Queens, you understand why it has to take a very, very detailed tactical plan and maybe some sheer bit of luck to be the team that will finally inflict defeat on the Prosperity Girls this season, having gone 17 games unbeaten already.
But that's just going to be an amazing situation if they do actually inflict Bayelsa's first defeat for them. That would also put them in a really good position. Maybe not really good, but if they do win this one, they would have themselves 7 points and could be in conversation for the title again. So it's not just about winning here, it's about putting yourself in a situation whereby you can win the title. So that's what I think Moses Adopo and his girls will be looking at today.
Now, Edo Queens are looking to retain the title they won in front of Yenagoa's home fans, or Bayelsa Queens home fans in Yenagoa last season, where Bayelsa Queens, on the basis of their own hands or their own doings, missed out on winning, because when they met at the championship, they played out a 1-1 draw with this Edo Queens side last season. Edo Queens, with 1 win in 5 games, somewhat went on to win the championship, and Bayelsa Queens,
amazing,
were heartbroken. So this is going to be for them free kick in the area. Captain Mafishere takes that, but it would not trouble Moni Omole. I was talking about Bayelsa Queens looking to increase their unbeaten run in this fixture. They've met 6 times for today, Edo Queens and Bayelsa Queens, with Bayelsa Queens having 4 wins, Edo Queens having none, and they've drawn twice.
Not a good record at all for the Queens of Edo.
Not a very good record for them, but Mega was.
Oh.
That is a very, very.
Oh.
Well, I think the deflection there helped out as Captain Rose Ekong was the one to get that shot on target. And some shaky defending again, once again from Edo Queens, has put them in a little bit of trouble. But they've been able to clear and regroup as Bayelsa Queens are back with the ball. And once again, Edo Queens have been forced to clear from across into the area by Bayelsa Queens.
I talked about Bayelsa overloading the flanks, which they have done. Cynthia Mega has also been really good with that through balls into the area, and also been assisted by a couple of times. You get to see the likes of you get to see the likes of Ikenne, Agumui also pressing from that flank, the right hand side of the flank, and it has worked for them. So right about now, the defense of Edo needs to be rather very careful and find a way to stop the threats from Cynthia Mega doing so many leg overs and all of that tricks. Just the let her in, she could just produce something that could be a goal for Bayelsa.
While they are doing that, they have to actually first ensure that they don't concede from this corner, as Edo Queens have their 4th corner of this first half. And there's something working for Edo here. Would it work? It's a week ago, though Claire, talking about Bayelsa, headed out, and Edo are trying to get themselves another corner, but and then they win it. It's going to be another corner, and looks like an early change in this game with Omokwo coming in for Chinwe Akabike. Looks like that knock she had earlier on shows that that will be her final minutes of the game. And Omokwo, who has played the first 2 games with
What were you thinking?
She was sent back to remove her nose ring.
You had the entire time to do that, but before that, corner kick is about to be taken by Captain Mafishere.
Mafishere takes the corner, corner,
4-1.
and sent out for a throw-in for Edo Queens.
Talking about Omokwo, the first 3 games she has played, we saw her. She didn't play a major part due to a heavy knee. I'll put it down to a heavy knee that was properly heavily strapped in. But then,
well, she didn't play the last game. She played started the first 2 games and played heavy minutes in it.
She's looking rather good today, and that simply tells Akabike, who scored a goal yesterday, the other day, or rather in the match day 3, might not just have executed the game plan for White Ogunda, and he's taken her off and brought in Omokwo, and I hope that she can step up today for the Bayelsa side.
Hoping that Omokwo steps up and lives up to the expectation of our coach White Ogunda. But I also want to think that that was because of the knock she had earlier on. Talking about Chinwe Akabike, who scored a beautiful goal to break Remo Stars'
defense
in the first game and first half, becoming the first goal that Remo Stars will concede in this competition. But Omole had to come out there and clear her lines, help the defense. And maybe this is what Edo Queens should be looking at, trying to play some football to actually punish that high line that Bayelsa, and of offside trap that Bayelsa is always trying to set.
Yeah. It's the fact that when they have position with the ball, they tend to all attack at once and leave that high line. But it's not typically high line that they seem to want to play. When they are not with the ball, yes, to do that. When they have to defend, I must also say that Florence Alexander has been rather rock solid for their side every single time she's been called upon. So you just have to continue what they do, and hopefully it continues to work for them, because Edo can at any day hurt them with Ime Messian.
But before Edo can try to hurt them, Edo are having to defend a free kick. And you can see goalkeeper Ijoba Ozoma, who has a second start in this competition, or shouting out instructions to her defense and her players. And that's taken by Bayelsa. An attempt at a bicycle kick there.
That's supposed to be a Bayelsa throw-in, but the referee says it's for Edo.
She was really smart there. The Edo Queens player. So had turn her back and play the dummy. That's Anjo. Mary Anjo gets her team a foul and of course a throw-in for themselves. And that's Miracle Seni, one of the best under 20 players. Well, Anjo is on the pitch.
She's been injury prone.
Well, injury prone, and joined Edo Queens mid-season. Has scored 2 goals so far for them this season. Has not scored in the Super 6. But looks like she will be up to continue this game and not force an early change for Moses Adupo.
I wonder what Valentina Uroko is thinking with that particular free kick she took.
Uroko has been complacent at certain times, including that game against Rivers Angels, where she scored an own goal and prevented her win from earning their first win in that game. They had to wait until they faced the Rattles to win, because Rivers Angels are yet to score in this competition, and that was their first goal, and that was a gift from her. And she can be a solid defender on her day, but sometimes question her name, Uroko, because she's supposed to be rock solid, and that decision by her to play that particular free kick was not the best you'd see from a defender of her caliber.
I'm yet to see a pacey winger, a pacey player in the Super 6. Because I thought Omokwo, that was a really good ball she placed in there, trying to get past the defender.
But she's still playing with the knee brace.
I'm saying, in general, in the Super 6, I haven't seen that. She does, even without the braces. I haven't seen that player who has got that pace to help her team do something extraordinary with it.
Maybe we've not seen a player with pace start. And whenever any of them have that pace, that comes in and trying to manage the results. Because I don't think we've seen any, except from, well, that is a ball that would be back to Prosperity Girls, who will try to capitalize on that. But they're still with the ball. And that would be shouts for handball, but the referee said, nope, play on.
That's ball to hand. We usually say that a lot. But I'm sure the replays will help us understand if exactly it should have been a handball or not.
Well, there's no VAR, even if you get to see it. I don't think there's anything that can happen again.
But the referee was situated in the right place to have seen that. So if she said it's not a penalty, then it's not a penalty, because if it was struck to the hand, then it wasn't.
Mega will take that particular one into the area, cross it in, and that would be it was not offside.
It wasn't offside.
And you'd be expecting that
she wasn't offside.
Alaba should be doing better from there. And that is a chance that came begging. Alaba Olabi, who scored the first goal for Bayelsa Queens, by the way, in this competition. And she's the highest goal scorer with 6 goals. Unable to beat Ijoma from close range, but they'll take a corner this time around. And you can see White Ogonda having a word with the assistant referee, who is...
The two coaches are having a squabble with words.
We're trying to understand what would have caused that.
They thought it was a penalty. One says, nah, not a penalty, so that I'm thinking that should be it.
I mean, I thought we'd moved past that already.
Oh my well.
And that was a chance that should have been a goal for Bayelsa Queens, but Olabi could not convert from close range, and a beautiful save. Must not take anything away from Ijoma Uzoma there, who stood there, because we all thought it was going to be
Olabi made
offside.
it easy.
Yeah, well, she made it easy, but I mean, getting to save that ball from close range was also something really, really important there to ensure that they don't fall behind in this game yet.
Absolutely, too. That could be it, but Olabi should be disappointed in whatever she did there, because she had the space. She could actually take a nap.
Yeah. I mean, I take that ball,
wake up, get dressed, eat, and still score that goal.
Well, while they are at that, German Moses would try to cross that ball in, but comes off the head. And Amoko, the number 7 for the opposing side, was with the ball for a while there. Bayelsa Queens trying to go forward with the ball, but was fouled by captain. Looks like Captain Mafshiri there. Yes, that was Captain Mafshiri with the foul.
Two captains. Who is Ekong and Mafshiri, of course.
Of course. Well, Ekong is the captain on the field. The captain of the side is Blessing Abiola Levida, but she will be starting from the bench today, like she did in the last game, where she had to come on in this game. Now, we talked about the firepower for Edo Queens earlier on, Dorcas. Let's look at the firepower for Bayelsa Queens on the bench too.
Oh yeah, they have. We've been talking about Bayelsa having a rich squad depth, and that seemed to be working for them, because you look at the fact that they are not starting Precious Oscar today. She's not an attacker, but she is really good on the wings. She also helps with the defense. I'm sure we'll get back to that. Yeah, she's also good with the defense. And talk about Zainab Olapade, also very instrumental as well.
She scored against them in their last meeting, and that's the Super 6, and to equalize in that 1-1 draw between themselves.
Exactly. Then you talk about Shakira Moshud, who is very, very, is an important piece of the puzzle for Bayelsa as well. Then Doshima Tano, we know that for sure. So all of this, they do have a rich squad, and they know that. They know that. Coach White's one that knows that. So let's see what the girls on the field can do today. Cynthia Mega starting, and she's been very, very good in the last game as well. We talk about the fact that goal scorer from yesterday in Sefi at Idris, she's injured and is not on the list for today.
And then the other goal scorer has been taken off early due to maybe a knock or a tactical change earlier in this game. Talking about Chinwe Akabike.
So they have that squad that can hurt anybody in the Super 6.
Well, for a little bit of comic, let's remind you that the hand of God, talking about Janet Olivia, is on the bench.
Yeah.
And the hand of God, because she was sent off in the second game for Bayelsa match day 2, that game against Nasser Amazons, where she took out the ball that was goal bound with her hands in a little bit of freeze out there, brain freeze, because that was instantly seen on her face. But I mean, that is NMSN being really, really agitated. But we have a change, another change, and it's Osigwe, who we talked about, and she will be coming on for Okeke Joma, just number 25, who has not been effective in this game as she was in the other one. And Dorcas, you were saying Osigwe should have started this game, and right now she's coming on early on to replace
Ijoma.
Ijoma.
She's going to be a ton on the flush of the defense. that was the game plan I thought that Moses Aduku would have gone for first, because she's good with both feet, she's good on the flanks, she's creative. That's what Edo Queens need.
And she can score goals.
She can score goals as well. Unfortunately, she hasn't so far in the Super 6, but we do know the quality that she possesses. So why not start her? Why go for Ijema, who you know that the defense will hold on to her? She's not exactly as fitted the way Goodness Osigwe is. So I think this is the best option.
Well, even if you've not scored in the Super 6, let's remind you that it's still a competition played from both the regular season. So her goals from the regular season is counted because she has 5 goals for the Benin Arsenal. And that's a free kick from Captain Mafishere. It's not been some of the best free kicks she has taken in this competition.
But better than one person I know.
Oh, please. I know who you're talking about. But I'm not going to mention names.
Please do not. Looks like also the goalkeeper is struggling with a knock on her knee.
I'm talking about Moni Omole, but that's not the best goal kick I've seen in a minute. It looks like there was a little bit of slip, but the ball is back at the feet of Edo Queens, and it's NM Essien who has the ball this time, but unable to cross it to a player in yellow, and that lands on the feet of Alexander Florence, who crosses it to Omoko, who has been dispossessed again. Essien with the ball, trying to dribble away past players, but decided that to be Osigwe. I mean, their hairstyle sometimes confuses me. But Osigwe was the one who crossed the ball to Mafishere, who would would have been poised to take a shot from there, but quickly blocked, and she had to pass it sideways. Another block from Bayelsa Queens, and that will be a quick throw taken. Edo Queens still with the possession. And this quickly dispossessed, and Bayelsa Queens will try to clear. Well, not cleared properly the first time, but Alexander Florence, solid we call her, the lady with the red hair, was there to clear it properly this side. The players continued, but that is an attempt I'm sure she was not expecting to go in. But we've seen something go in from such a kind of play. We saw it on match day 3 against Remo Stars ladies. That was Sefia Idris, whose drop-in ball into the area. That was supposed to be connected, but like someone else went into goal. And that counted as a second goal that did the damage against Remo Stars ladies.
A beautiful goal that was.
Beautiful goal that was. Kept all of us mouths ajar, or jaws dropped. But we're still searching for the first goal in this game, and that is Osigwe, who would be unable to keep it in play, and that would be a rightful goal kick for Bayelsa Queens.
Well, it's a goal kick. Since the introduction of Goodness Osigwe, I do know that she has stepped things up. I also haven't exactly kept their cool. They haven't looked most of the time coordinated. You could also say Edo are forcing them to play that way, but when they do, going forward with Cynthia Mega as well as Arit E2, they look to be rather good, but for now, Edo are forcing them, they're pegging them back and forcing them to make a couple of errors, which might maybe pay in the next couple of minutes. But here by Bayelsa we go.
Well, Bayelsa will be pressing forward with Omoko, who has been able to go past Uroko. And she will cross the ball into the area, but no. But they would be able to get to that, as that was a ball too heavy, and Ijoma Ozoma would get to play her goal kick.
That was a good ball. That was a good ball, but the course was just too heavy. She should have timed it a little more better to see if it could get to her teammates, because she had 2 teammates in the box waiting for the cross to come in. Well, it wasn't properly delivered, and Edo Queens will take a breath of relief and try to restart things from defense to attack.
Edo Queens will take that goal kick. By Uroko will take the goal kick. And that looks to be a very, very dangerous challenge there. And Husseini might be the first person to go into the books of our center referee today. That is Anjo.
And there was nothing to that talk. I don't think the referee is going to bring a yellow card out. it was collision. She was rising to the ball. Anja was backing her. They didn't see what was going on, so I don't think the referee were bringing her a yellow card or booking anybody here due to that tackle.
Well, she gives a free kick to Bayelsa Queens, who would have that free kick taken by Flores Alexander, who crosses the ball into the area. That will be headed out, but still in possession of the Prosperity Girls. And that's some wayward ball there played.
That's the poorest of chances I've seen. You had your teammate. You don't necessarily have to take a shot at it. That is blessed Ogunaya. You don't. I'm blessed rather.
Yeah.
You don't have to take that shot. All you needed to do was get the ball to your teammates who were already there and to do it at the best positions to get the attack started. And then you just wasted a ball that might have probably given your team something.
Well, they would look to press forward with another chance this time around. Play at advantage, I'm sure the referee thought at that tackle. But Edo Queens will clear their lines. And somewhat, Edo Queens are once again some questionable defending there, and Omoko could not capitalize on that one.
Omoko with one of the best chances, because you look at that chance, she of course was just, it was not inches wide. She got past two defenders. She was sandwiched in between two defenders. She was trying to find that breakthrough, but it wouldn't be it, because she's starting to find those spaces to inflict pain on Edo Queens. But this time it was just not inches, but it was shots just above the bar. That's not the best of chances, but she has since she came in, she has had the best chances in the game for Bayelsa Queens. Not even Olapi, who started, could have been able to do that. But great work. Unfortunately, it couldn't have been converted into goal for the Queens on Bayelsa.
Well, once again, Edo Queens have spared their blushes in such a dangerous position as they have not conceded against this Bayelsa Queens, who they don't have a good record against. By the way, lost 4 games to them in 6 meetings, haven't won any. And NMSN wanting to be smart again, because that looks like a signature play, being smart, coming out from in between defenders to slot in behind the goalkeeper. But this time around, Moni Omole was smart enough to work that away or hold that one in, and that would be a goal kick.
It's the pass for me from Captain Mafisher. We're trying to find him a Messian who was making that runs, but then goalkeeper Monle Moni came out to collect it just timely enough.
Very timely, and maybe you understand why she has kept 2 clean sheets in 3 games played so far this season. Well, they go again with Olabi. And that is a goal! That looks to have gone in, but the goalpost would be the savior this time around for Edo Queens, who look to go the other way. And that is a chance for Edo Queens too. Shoma Moses unable to keep that one down to cross it in properly, and that was well, she's still back with the ball. And Edo Queens would once again have Olabi to contend with, as she is not offside. But
the both teams are in a rush.
Well, in a rush in the last couple of minutes as we headed towards the end of regulation time, just 30 minutes or 30 seconds thereabouts.
A calm demeanor might just be everything for the teams to...
And that's the first goal! That is the first goal! NMSN was again! Osigwe, I beg your pardon. Osigwe has finally gotten herself a goal in this competition. The substitute who came on Zoma has put her name on the score sheet and has punished that high line of Bayelsa Queens. Omonio Mole unable to keep that one. And Edo Queens have drawn first blood in this fixture. Once again, being the team to draw first blood in a Super 6 fixture. And this time it is Osigwe Goodness with the goal, our 6th goal of the season. And at halftime, it's before we go into the break, Edo Queens lead by a goal to nil. Kotsi, Goodness, Osigwe.
It's been end-to-end stuff in the last couple of minutes. At first, we saw Bayelsa hitting the woodwork, and then Edo starting an attack with Chima Moses, and then she lost it, won it back again, across deep into from their half, straight on finding Goodness Osigwe, and show that they got the first goal of the game.
Well, Omokwe is looking to chase as they quickly look to respond before going into halftime. 2 minutes added, but Edo Queens would quickly get that one back. And I mean, we were talking about how end-to-end it was, and then we saw the first goal go in.
Absolutely, it is exactly what we're talking about. It is a pure brilliance from Edo Queens, as it is. What a way to get it started, and so far we're waiting for a couple of minutes to see how this first half is going to go, if Bayelsa can get themselves into the game.
Well, second minutes almost completed there, and Edo Queens would more likely go into the tunnel with this lead. Bayelsa Queens have seconds to respond. They go forward with that chase, and they would clear their lines. And just in time for the center referee, Peace Okpona, to signal this competitive game to a halt for the first half. The goal scorer there, Goodness Osigwe, beating Omole Omole for the second time in this competition, getting to concede a goal. And the girls from Benin have drawn first blood, and they lead. The Benin Arsenal, we like to call them. A shot, very, very potent, quick-footed. Goodness Osigwe there, and you can see not so much of high spirits from Mole, who is conceding from the very first time from open play in this competition. And at halftime, it's Edo Queens 1, Bayelsa Queens 0. And at halftime, it's Edo Queens 1, Bayelsa Queens 0. Well, if you're just joining us, we're bringing you the highlights of what we just witnessed right here. The last 47 minutes of this game, with Edo Queens, the defending champions, setting the ball rolling in this game. And the first chance of the game, a beautiful chance there, missed. A huge miss for Alaba Olabi in that particular position. A lot of us thought she was offside there, but play continued, and she had a chance to take the lead for the Prosperity Girls, but that shot was not enough, as Ijoma Uzoma, with a brilliant save there, would prevent Bayelsa Queens from taking the lead in this game. Well, we saw that particular hit for Bayelsa Queens as they went once again with Omokwa, the substitutes, who could not take advantage of that position there, of getting in between the defense of Edo Queens, and couldn't take the shot, bring the shot a little down to convert and, of course, take the lead for Bayelsa Queens. And in the play that followed, it was Edo Queens there who took their own chance through substitute Goodness Osigwe. And with the tip of her boots, put that one in. A left-footed finish. And at halftime, she would ensure that the Benin Arsenal would lead, and ecstasy from everyone from the ancient city of Benin. You could see at halftime, Pisogona brings this game to a stop. Osigwe brings this game to a lead for the Benin Arsenal, and Omonli would concede there for the very first time from open play. And at halftime, it's Edo Queens 1, Bayelsa Queens 0. It's 1-0 in favor of Edo Queens over the Queens from Bayelsa. Well, we're back for the second 45 of what has been Well, we're back for what has been an exciting clash here. The very first game of match day 4 of this NWFL Premiership Super 6 going on right here at the home ground of Remo Stars Ladies, which is the Remo Stars Stadium. And of course, the first 45 minutes has given us so much to talk about. And we're back for the second 45. It's been so much of tactical play, a lot of display, a lot of chances, but it is one team who currently hold the upper hand in this fixture. And of course, the start of second 45 would be the Prosperity Girls, who are trailing by a lone goal so far. And if you're just joining us, my name is Joy Ojablu, and I'm a lead commentator for this game. I'm flanked by Dorcas Koki, who is my color, and of course we've had so much fun in the first 45. Second half, well, looks like there's going to be a tactical change. Yes, there's a change at halftime for Bayelsa, who are making their second change of the day, with Shakirat Moshood, who is coming on to help her team get back in this game. And of course it's Arit Itu, who would be taking off at halftime. And Bayelsa have kicked us up with play returning, and Bayelsa Edo Queens gets a goal kick after that chance was not utilized properly. Well, it looks like there's been a worrying concern for the goalkeeper for Edo Queens, Ijoma. Maybe from the way in which she failed to gather the ball. Looks like she has a tear there, a bruise, I beg your pardon. And the medics are coming to attend to her and ensure that she is fully fit for this one. Well, we started the second 45. What are expectations in this half, Dorcas?
I'm even expecting a more feisty affair than what we saw in the first 45 minutes. It was end-to-end stuff that we almost even missed out on the first goal that was scored earlier. So it is exactly how this fixture has been. These two sides are really good. They have really mobile attacks, especially for Edo Queens. When you have Chema Moses in the right flank, you have Ogun from the left flank, and then in between you do get yourself a Messi, and that is a potent and mobile attacker for the Edo side. Bayelsa do also, of course, have theirs, but they haven't exactly been as it is, because look at the first half and the shots on target. Bayelsa have had more. Bayelsa had about 6 shots on target compared to 2 from Edo, and from those 2 they have scored 1 already. So that's to tell you how dominant Bayelsa were in the first 45 minutes.
Dominant Bayelsa have been in this game, but the scoreline tells a different story. But they'll look to rectify that early in the second half, and of course you can see that from the intent of the coach, Coach White Ogunda, where he made a halftime sub of bringing in one of his little forwards in Shakirat Moshood, and there's a free kick for Bayelsa Queens, which Alexander will take. Edo Queens still trying to defend that particular one in the box. They've done that, and that will go to a throw-in.
Bayelsa trying to draw closer and closer to get a chance at goal, but it's not coming because of how astutely defended Edo Queens are at this point in time.
Well, that's a chance for Bayelsa Queens to draw level, but to not trouble Joma, who is okay now from that treatment got him earlier on. And she will gather that and send that goal kick in. In this half, yet to see Edo play the ball. Maybe now they will. Yeah, with possession of the ball at half, just inside the half of Bayelsa Queens, making that run across into the area, and a very poor kick of the ball. An attempt at shot to Moni Omole, but Monle would gather that easily. And
this is what I talked about, how lethal that flank could be for Edo Queens. That was once again Goodness Osigwe trying to find the runs made by Imemesian down the middle. They connected, but then the final ball from Imemesian wasn't exactly as potent as it should be, and shot into the hands of Monli Omoni. He goes, and that would be another time for them to try again.
Another time for them to try again, talking about Edo Queens. But remember the last time where she tried in the first half, which was basically the penultimate action we'll see in that half. It led to the only goal we've seen in this game. And Edo Queens somehow started what they did in the first half with some sharpy defending. But Bayelsa Queens would be unable to capitalize within the box, as they've gotten most of the possession in this half after the first 4 minutes played, the second 45.
But just like the first half, Bayelsa did, of course, get more of the ball possession. It was 49 for Edo, 51 for Bayelsa. That was how dominant they were. They had better chances created. They were the most dangerous side. But then when Edo spotted that chance, Guinness Osigwe took it, and that's why they currently lead by a goal to nil. 49 minutes already on the clock.
The goal is what separates both sides. And Ambles will now take that through and crosses it in. Somehow
the final delivery
is what hold them. Another throw, Ambles takes again, long throw, and that's a chance that Olabi Alaba would be looking to make amends for that first half miss.
Bayelsa wants a quick response to that goal scored towards the end of the first 45. And they're about to get it from the way things are looking, because they've only won themselves a corner kick.
Got the first corner of the second 45, and somehow the referee says that is a goal kick, not a corner, as Bayelsa would have thought. And that would be a goal kick to Edo. Looking at the corners played, it's been more of Edo. And once again, Edo Queens have a goal kick as Bayelsa are able to take precise shots within the area.
I'm sure Coach White must have told those girls to calm down, because when they get to the final third, they are after a time in a rush to get the ball into the back of the net. But take your time, calm things down, and find the spots where you want to put the ball into, and just slot it in there. That is if the defenders will let you do that, though, because they are there to get the job done and ensure that they get the victory here against the undefeated Bayelsa Queens.
Undefeated Bayelsa Queens. That was a pull, but they will take it, and that is a very, very beautiful chance from NMSN, who is the only other goal scorer in this competition for Edo Queens. And that is Osigwe there, quick with her feet, and SCN was there to finish the job. But Osigwe looking for a second in this competition, a second in the game. We've only seen one player or two players with braces in this. Yet to see a hat-trick. Two players with braces. And Messian in the first game or the last game they played against Nigeria, and of course Janet Ikenne with her own brace against Rivers Angels. That would be a corner for Edo Queens, but Captain Mafishere would not be able to send the rebound. That was Deborah who took that rebound, but it's unwound to nothing, and goal kick taken already by, well, Anjo got the ball there. Not proper defending from Bayelsa Queens. And Chioma Moses chases that one. Low cross into the area, and maybe now they will be able to clear that. And someone, they've lost again.
Yeah.
Lost the ball again. Bayelsa Queens nerves in this second half. And I mean, not a team that is chasing an equalizer in this way, but play will come for now, as has been halted by the central referee, Peace Okona, who has called the medics in, as we have a player on the pitch. Center defender, Ambles Okona, jersey number 2, and looks like Mafishere is about to be taken out, and she gives the armband to NMSN, and she has played her shift for today. Kafayat Mafishere is taken out, and that hits from Olabi. Yeah, giving her a knockdown to ensure that her day is over. But Rebecca Adegbemile is the one to replace the captain. And 4 for 5 is the sub we have from Moses Adoko, the coach of Edo Queens. Goal kick taken by Bayelsa Queens, and that is Florence, which sends that into the area, but Omoko is fouled there, and the referee would give a free kick to Bayelsa Queens in the half of Edo Queens. 55 minutes gone past the clock, and it's 1-0 still in favor of Edo Queens, who are looking to get their first win in such a fixture against Bayelsa Queens. And right now they will have to guard their home properly. SCN will clear, and that is Chioma Moses racing to compete with the ball with Alexander Florence, who is rock solid in this competition so far, and she will clear that one for Bayelsa Queens. But Bayelsa Queens are now on the counter, looking to cross the ball into the area, looking to beat her marker there, but would concede to have a corner kick instead.
Corners are coming in thick and fast now.
Thick and fast, thick and fast.
6 for Edo, 5 for Bayelsa. Now Shakirat will be taking it.
Shakirat Mashoud introduced into this half.
Oh.
But poor corner by all standards, our own, every standard there. And that will be a goal kick for Ijoma Uzoma there. And let's talk about this lady, Uzoma, who has been solid since she came in at halftime in that game between Edo Queens and, of course, Rivers Angels to replace Ademola Borofa. And so far, she has kept a clean sheet in her first full game. And right now, she's still yet to concede. She's yet to concede in this competition.
Oh yeah, she's yet to concede, and that's not just it, because if you look at the records coming into this very game here in the Super 6, it is the fact that so far this season,
well, Edo Queens have an opportunity to double their lead there. Osigwe tries to take it, but solid defending by Bayelsa Queens, who would force a corner, another corner for Edo Queens.
That's
we have to add that's 7 corners. The game of corners. I mean, if you play the playbooks, you want to play a game of corners. We've had 12 corners in this game already. And it's a windy afternoon. Edo Queens looking to double their lead, but that will be blocked by that solid defense of Bayelsa Queens. Edo once again with the ball as they throw quickly but the referee will signal that that is retaken.
Well, yes, so we're talking about how much of clean sheets we've had so far this season from these two sides. Bayelsa so far, they do have themselves 10 clean sheets, and the Queens will closely followed by 9. But if it ends this way, they'll be level when it comes to clean sheets with Bayelsa.
Leveled on clean sheets and being the first team to beat Bayelsa Queens this season. But we thought that that would be
Nasarawa did it first.
Nasarawa Amazons.
That did not happen.
As they fought back to get themselves a draw in that game. And they're still fighting this time around against Edo Queens. And it's about 59 minutes, just about an hour into this game. Osigwe with a quick flick there, passes it to NMSN, who crosses the ball, but Osigwe cannot keep up with the pace of that one, and Omoni Mole would gather and send that one back. Quickly, they're looking for that equalizing goal. No time to check time. Bayelsa Queens, the Prosperity Girls, are bringing out everything in their arsenal to draw this game level at least before chasing for a win. As a win for Edo Queens will throw this title wide open. Take them to 7 points, but now they will have to first clear and ensure that that is a ball. Dangerous one back into Bayelsa's feet. Bayelsa will cross it in. Omokwa there trying to head that one, but that would be Edo Queens trying to see who crossed that wall, headed that one to Uzoma.
Was a chest down to that, and that was so nice. It was just close to perfection the way she did it calmly in her own box and with control. She just did it and straight on to the goalkeeper it goes.
Well, it's looking like Bayelsa were trying to go forward with that one after fouling the substitutes, Rebecca Adegbemile, who came in for her captain, Kafayat Mafishere. Well, Mafishere had played her final game, or her final minutes in this game, and trusting that Rebecca will carry on and ensure that they keep this score, at least keep the clean sheet now that they have the lead, in case they are going to go double it. And that would be Chioma Moses with the ball. Very beautiful run of display of play there. And Edo Queens are still going forward. Can they beat this defense of Bayelsa? Oh, well, they would settle for a throw-in.
Where is this performance coming from Edo Queens? I've not seen them play this good
in the Super 6.
In the Super 6.
Well,
they did something close to Rivers when they played against Rivers.
Yes,
actually. But this is just amazing. The way the sequence of the passes, the transition from defense to attack is just so beautiful to watch. Beautiful to watch.
But remember that they have attacks on their head or on their shoulder, wherever you place it, which is to be the first team since Rivers Angels retain their title. That is looking like something that they will still fancy. Oops, that is going to be
a yellow card.
A yellow card.
The first of the game.
And Peace Ogun now would finally look into her books. And that would be a very nasty tackle.
Oh, yeah.
That will be the two captains, if you ask me. The two captains on the pitch presently.
Referee is waiting patiently for it.
He will stand up.
He will stand up last.
Even if they will carry you up, he will stand up.
She's waiting for Rose Aircraft to stand up and take a yellow card because.
But concerns there for Edo Queens.
Yeah.
If NMSN can't continue this game, I'm sure that Moses Aduko will be scratching his head. And it's gotten rather windy. Ikenne gets up and she has nicely collected her yellow. And that will be the first yellow of the game.
The first yellow of the game, and it goes to the captain for Bayelsa today, Rose Ikenne, after a very poor bringing down Imebesi, and it was really, really poor, and obviously she should see a yellow card for that very bad tackle that she did earlier in the game. The referee saw that, Pisa Wona saw that, and straight up she went into her pocket and brought out that yellow card.
Well, yellow taken, And thankfully, both players would return. Both Essien, both captains on the game currently. Essien and Ikenne have returned and play continues. And Bayelsa somehow relinquished possession to Edo Queens, and that was not the best of play from Essien there as she tried to connect with her teammates, but that will go out for a goal kick for Bayelsa Queens, who have taken it, like I said. They have been really, really swift with their play, their goal kick and everything as they chase the game by a lone goal.
The problem with that being swift with their goal kicks, their corners, their everything, is that they lack the calmness to send the ball into the area where they want it to go to. And that's what Edo is using against them.
Well, Edo are looking to go past Alexander, but that woman, she is the... And that is a chance!
Oh.
Chioma Moses tried to do something really tricky there.
An intelligent play.
And definitely, it was a beautiful, beautiful chance. But you can also give kudos to the defense of Bayelsa Queens, which did not give her the chance she wanted.
It's about
to play that in.
It's about Chioma Moses sneaking behind Ambles Ogun to get that ball, to get her legs to that ball, but then it just wouldn't pay off as it just went inches above the goalpost. Oh, it's looking really, really beautiful to watch this one very game. It has been the entire 65 minutes of this game, but it gets better and better.
Well, Bayelsa Queens with the ball right now, very close to the area. Walker with the ball. Walker crosses it in, but that'll be wayward. And looking at the palpitations going on right now, I mean, every minute in this game counts, as if Edo Queens have in their minds to retain this title, they will have to beat Bayelsa today, and beating Bayelsa means they don't have to concede in this game because they lead. And should they go on to win, they would also need to defeat Nassau Amazons in their final game on match day 5. And they will also be hoping that teams like Remo Stars, Nassau Amazons, and Bayelsa would not get 10 points. I mean, a lot and a lot of combinations going on.
The combinations are just crazy, and that's why we love the Super 6, don't we?
And that is a player holding her throat there. Ikenne with a challenge. I mean, the referee this time around will not signal to our books, but that's a stern warning. And it looks like the...
Oh. This is... I don't think it's enough to bring the yellow card, but she's even about to be substituted.
I mean that was already signaled by that's the signal to the coach to take her off.
Yeah,
she's getting into
yes already,
and she'll be giving that armband to someone else and coming off for Tanum, I beg your pardon, Tanum Doshima to replace her. And if you've been following this competition, you will know why Tanum is one really important player in this team coached by White Ogunda.
Is that okay? I'm guessing that's not earring I'm spotting on Adegwe Gwemile's ears, because that will not be allowed in the game.
We'll wait to see, but before then, Edo Queens are seeing if they can do anything with the ball outside the 18. And no, they won't. Oh yes, they will. They will get... Trying to see if that's a throw. That's a corner. That's a corner. Another corner. Make that corner number 13. That's a throw in. Okay. Not sure if... And that would be Husseini Miracle to take. Husseini throws that in. But...
throw in goal kick.
That would be a goal kick for Bayelsa Queens as captain of the day, or captain of the moment. And then Essien would not be able to deliver that properly in the area and sends it for a goal kick. Take it.
In the second half, Bayelsa are below par.
They've played low expectations for a team chasing the game. But, I mean, just take one moment of magic and everything is thrown open again, once again, just like we saw between themselves and Nasser Amazons that day.
Yeah, that was a beautiful Doshima's free kick.
Definitely. So one moment of magic is what they need. But while they are hoping for their moment of magic, they'll be hoping that Edo Queens would not get a second goal, and that's a poor.
Oh, wow.
But recovery, poor cross, good recovery, poor finish,
poor defending, poor finish, poor everything in the last couple of seconds.
Well, Anjo has also played her final minutes in this game. Mary Anjo still chasing for her first goal in this competition. Mary Anjo would be replaced there by Mary Mahmoudou. Mary Anjo played really solid today, and I mean, when she's not getting the goal, she is a very beautiful team player.
Yeah. But now it is Ogun who is down, and looks like in an excruciating pain, as she's been attended to by the medic crew from Bayelsa. Edo have been, in the second half, they shone like a million stars. They have taken the game to the unbeaten Bayelsa so far, who will be looking to continue in that trajectory. But yeah, Edo win themselves a free kick in a very juicy position right about now. Well, it's about to be taken.
That's a free kick taken, but poor free kick. The Bayelsa would be able to regroup.
We have other amazing fixtures coming up much later, so this is just a teaser about this is, you would say, one of the title games,
title deciding games.
Yeah. While we wait for Nasarawa to take on their game much later on today.
Nasarawa will be up against the
Remo
host team later on by 4 p.m.
But the referee did spot that. She felt that it was Rebecca Adegbemile,
yes,
who brought down Omopo. And she has given a free kick.
Free kick in a juicy position for them there, and that would easily the spill, but I mean, she will drop to the ball, and that's Doshima trying her luck again this time around. Very good free kick there, but straight up to Uzoma, who, despite the spill, will quickly gather that particular one.
He didn't have the power to back it straight into the back of the net to ripple things off. So it wouldn't trouble Uzoma at all. I thought that she would have used the height of her teammates to put that one in, but she opted to go straight for goal.
Well, she scored a straight free kick. She scored that against Natural Amazon, so maybe that's why she fancied that chance there.
The girls must be so fatigued with their reaction when they are on the ground. They look so fatigued.
Yes, that was Mashoud started as a substitute, came on in the second half, and I mean, they had a day to rest, an entire day to rest yesterday.
Is that enough for players?
Well, I mean, for Mashoud, who has not been a regular starter in this competition, that's a knock and not fatigue for her.
You also have to factor in that she's just returning from a national
team duty. True. Well, Mashoud was part of the under-20 girls who went to Dominican Republic, represented us at the World Cup, and of course qualified us for the next one. And we won't forget that she is the one who won the goal of the tournament at the Under 20 World Cup. On the 17 World Cup, I beg your pardon, Flamingos team. She got the goal of the tournament with a beautiful, beautiful goal. And she is back to help her team as they look to equalize in this game. And that is a very poor attempt. With all the space in this world, she would have taken that shot there, but nope. Looks like Toshima was the one.
Ambles.
That's Ambles.
Ogunaya, number 2, was the one who struck that ball in. But her legs didn't connect to it.
That's quite...
That is not your typical, she's not a centre forward, so you don't expect too much of her. But come on, I thought she should have done better. Well, time is not Bayelsa, friend. They would have to make use of the time they have now to...
Well, Edo Queens are back with the ball, and Osigwe will look to cross that one in! And that is not a goal, unfortunately.
Oh, what a beauty.
I mean, that was an audacious attempt by Osigwe there. I've seen a replay of it. Almost looked to have dropped, but no, the crossbar would take that one. And Moshood has been substituted. And Mega too, substitution coming in thick and fast. Moshood with that injury concern. What a strike from Goodness Osigwe, and they are offside this time around as Osigwe is stopped. She tried to go forward there, but I mean, her last chance got everyone talking, everyone on their feet, as looked like Edo had buried the game, but Bayelsa still have themselves a chance with about 8 minutes of regular time to be played. And Omoko was not fast enough to capitalize on that cross in.
Yes, of course, the goalkeeper, Ejo Mauzamao, came out to clear that really fast as it came in. It is Bayelsa who are trying to ask the questions, but they have 8 minutes more to see if they can get a leveler here to continue their unbeaten run this season. They currently do have about 16 unbeaten run now, and Edo Queens look like
17 actually, 14 from regular season, 3 in the Super 6. Today's match day 4. Not lost in 17 games. This would have been the 18th one, but with about 7 minutes to go, looks like their southern rivals.
They drew against National Badminton.
Yes.
And here they are, thinking that they want to pull one back. But it's going to be a difficult quest against a really good and driven Edo Queens.
Well, the substitution is confirmed. Oscar is in, Kende is out. Precious Oscar comes in for Kende Agamuyi. And of course, second substitution is jersey number 20, Morgan.
Cynthia Morgan, she's off for
Cynthia Mega. I said Morgan, Mega. Mega comes off, and of course,
Iyo Machinyere replaces her.
Iyo Machinyere is the one to take on her duty there. And Moshood looks to be okay as she signals continue. And that will be the final changes from Ogunda, who has made all 5 subs now in the game.
That's 6 changes.
Five changes in the game of football right now, and all has been made from Bayelsa Queens. Edo still have an opportunity to do theirs. They have opportunity to make changes. As Oli Kafaya Mafishere, Marian Jo, and Okeke Joma have been the players that have gone off for the Benin Arsenal. And that's they would clear, but still in their half. Moses there. And Bayelsa back with the ball. Look to go forward. Still within the area, and they're still trying to be careful with every of their decision within the box, not to draw any decision that would signal a spot kick.
They've been so careful with that.
Very, very careful. Well, the substitutes will throw. Chingere throws that, and Doshima tried to do something with that particular ball there, but that's wide effort. But that's Ade Remy Mary with that attempt just to off. Uzoma is going to take that goal kick. Looks like she's calling on Remo. A huge lady in yellow who takes that one, but that would be for a throw in for Bayelsa. Quickly taken. Instead, Bayelsa are doing everything swiftly to draw themselves level in this game. 5 minutes left to play. Morocco tries to keep that one, and that's a chance for. But with the ball behind her hands behind her back, she will head that one out, and Bayelsa will continue to press. Shot into the area. Uzoma would gather, and I think that's Moshood who attempted that. Those are signature. Yes, she's the one. Moshood, yes, she is. She's her signature outside shots.
And she's limping.
She's limping. I'm wondering why she wasn't the one taking off with those final round of changes. But she's down on the ground once again.
She can't seem to carry on.
And it's been quite unfortunate because they had opportunity to change her, but thought she could continue, and now she's down on the pitch. And if she can't continue this game, Bayelsa will have to see out this game with 10 players on the pitch. Shukurat Moshood. Shakirat is on the pitch. They have halted. But how has been the doggedness from the girls from Edo to keep this lead so far in this game?
Oh, well, I think this is exactly the attitude that we've asked for this entire tournament. Never to say die their spirits. Keep fighting until the very end. Show your stuff, strut your quality, which they have done against Bayelsa Queens. They have come into this game with character and determination, and that they have shown. Bayelsa, yes, were better in the first 45, but in the second, they have been blown away by the Remo, but rather the Edo Queens side, who have forced them to making so many errors, forcing them to clear their lines. And they have about 3 minutes or 2 make that in the regulation time to see if they can equalize here.
But Mary Mahmood is the one who would try to cross that ball in, but for Edo Queens, but Bayelsa would quickly take another goal kick. The ball is back on the feet of Bayelsa Queens after briefly the head of NMSN. Edo Queens have gained possession but lost it quickly. That looks like Saini, Miracle. And Morocco would stand between Doshima and the ball. Edo back with the possession this time and would clear properly this time around. Look to send the ball to NMSN. NMSN would have to wait once more as the ball is cleared into the area by Alexander Florence, but Edo would once again make it a throw-in, cleared for a throw-in for Bayelsa. Quick.
playing like they are lacking ideas of what to do with the ball.
Looked like a team lost in this second half after going behind. But not like the fighters we saw against Nasser Amazons after they went behind through the spot kick scored by Janet Akekoromowe. They fought with 10 players, a player sent off, talking about Jennifer Oliver, who was sent off, and it went on to draw that particular game with that beautiful free kick scored by Doshima. That looks like some very risky defending there. Mokwa with the ball. Still with the ball, Bayelsa. And Edo with Claire. And S looks like a segue there, but Bayelsa trying to push forward. And that would be 4 minutes added. 4 minutes added on the clock. And Bayelsa's unbeaten streak is 4 minutes from going up in flames this season. They've gone 17 games without a defeat so far. 3 games in the Super 6, 14 games in the regular season. But looks like the defending champions are the one with the stuff made of champions and would inflict the Prosperity Girls' first defeats. And with about 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, Edo Queens will take that free kick and Rocco would cross it. But Alexander, the other Iroko, at the other part of the pitch, would clear that one. Edo Queens will look to take that particular ball down. Mahmoud, just number 17, would be able to keep it in play, and Bayelsa will quickly take that throw in. For minutes from the end of this really, really feisty clash. That would be NM, who has dropped down to play the ball. As against where we've seen her more in the attacking third, she's now dropped into the middle of the pack to try to control the pace of the game, but someone is down and play would be halted briefly. That looks like Husseini. Yes, that's Husseini. That's Ambles. No, that's Husseini. That's Husseini. Just number 3. That's not Husseini. That's just number 20.
30. Happiness like
30.
Yeah. Oh, Precious Oscar clattering into her. They look alike, she and Husseini on the ground.
Yes, on the ground. She looks so much like her. But Husseini is with a low cut while she has her hair.
They have the same cornrows.
Cornrows?
Yeah. All back.
Interesting. Well, this time around, the goalkeeper that is on the pitch.
Time
she's taking
wasted.
off her shoe.
Time wasted. At least this one.
I do want to say that, but
it's the tactics.
It's tactics.
The tactics.
Uzoma has removed her shoe and is getting medical attention from the medical bench of Edo Queens as they are minutes away from their second win in this competition and about to throw.
The title race wide open. I didn't think that Edo could have found themselves back in it, but they have somehow found their way back in it with the draw, with the draw against Rivers, the victory against Rattles, and now a big win against Bayelsa. This is huge, a huge victory.
They are not home and dry yet. They're about seconds to go.
That's true. That's true. If it ends this way, it's going to be a very big victory for them.
Big victory, and of course, big statements from Moses Adoko's girls that they are not out until the very end.
Absolutely.
As this will put them in contention once more. And Bayelsa are looking to do whatever it takes. That is a free kick to Edo Queens, to Bayelsa Queens. That's Chioma Moses.
So the thing now is, if Edo wins this one, their next game is against Nasarawa Amazon, so they would have to win that to win the title. Then Bayelsa, if they lose this one,
would be up against Nigeria.
Yeah, they will have to go play against Nigeria. Won't let the persons who think they have to win it because
I mean, goal difference is also going to come into play because if every team goes on to have 10 points, or the major teams, Remo Stars also play. Remo Stars have 6 points. They're going to get a draw today and maybe get a win on the final. But that's 10 points too.
It's the same drama that happened in Bayelsa last season.
Definitely, where Edo Queens edged that one out. So
because Bayelsa, Edo, and Rivers were all in contention for that title.
Definitely.
Same with points, and the only thing differentiating them was goal difference, and that was what Edo edged Rivers and Bayelsa with, because they did play a 1-all draw, I think, West Bayelsa.
Yes, 1-all draw.
Rivers, who were leading, eventually considered a goal against Heartland, who eventually was 1-1, and Rivers needed to win by a lone goal to have won the title. Edo should have scored about 2 goals if Rivers, had been. So it was all permutations of error, and here we are again with the same permutations again.
Now, who's going to get a heartbreak on the final day? That is left to be seen. Because somebody's going to be heartbroken.
Absolutely.
Somebody's going to be heartbroken because points is definitely going to look alike for some teams. But Edo here still trying to chase maybe for second goal. Can they?
Put themselves in a very good position. If they get that second goal, they put themselves in a very good position.
Not just a win, goal difference matters now in this competition.
As we haven't seen too many goals.
Not seen too many goals. We're back to having maybe one goal. Well, just match day 3 produced more than...
That was 7 goals on match day 3.
Yes. And each, at least 2 goals per game.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we had it since the competition started in Ikenne. That will have every game have at least 2 goals. Well, Edo Queens were the only ones to keep a clean sheet on match day 3. They're looking poised to keep another one today.
Bayelsa did keep a clean sheet.
Oh yeah, Bayelsa kept a clean sheet against Remo Stars.
It was
Rivers who
did it, and Nasarawa.
And all in. It's now or nothing. Go hard or go home in this game for Bayelsa as they look to take what might be the final. Corner kick. Everybody is in the area. Corner taken. Corner defended. And that might just be the final.
Referee says play on.
Well, she wants her to play the goal kick, but
that's it.
A huge win for the girls from the ancient city of Benin. Ada Bendo hung in there in the second half. Zoma getting a huge hug from her teammate there. Osigwe coming in as a substitute early on in the first half to get the only goal. Bayelsa have finally suffered a loss this season. Moses Adoko, the man who led them to the championship the last time out they won in 2023 season, is the one to inflict the very first loss on the girls now led by White Ogbonja. And in Ikenne right here, it is Edo Queens 1, Bayelsa Queens 0.
We had here at the Remo Stadium. It was the clash of the Titans with, of course, the Edo Queens, the defending champions, taking on Bayelsa. Oh, what a game we saw earlier. This is, of course, the second half highlights. What we saw, and it was Bayelsa who thought that they would get themselves into the game ahead, coming from Alabao Labiye, but this time it just went to the side netting. Wouldn't be enough. Here comes Edo Queens as they thought that they would be getting the brace in the game, but it was just inches against the goal. It was Ibn Messian who was trying to get that one in, but a good crossing by Goodness Osigwe with her right foot. A player that is quite versatile with 2 feet, left and right. Then it is Mule who clears that one, but here comes again Edo Queens. A little sneak in there this time before Chioma Moses, a right-footed back heel, couldn't go into the back of the net. It was just went wide, just above the goalpost. Didn't trouble Omoni Monle this time out. And a beautiful free kick earlier taken by Doshima Tanum. Went straight into the goalkeeper's hand. Ijoma Uzoma, who has been rock solid today for Edo Queens. Parried it a little, but she would go down to collect. Tanum did score a free kick earlier in game 3, or make that in game 2, but here Edo with a beautiful one which came off the woodwork. Even the header, the rebounder from Chema Moses went over the bar. That would have been the second goal of this encounter. But Goodness Osigwe's cross came off the woodwork. The rebound header from Chema Moses